I'm sorry, there's a sort of it's philosophical, because I'm actually trying to work it out myself as I'm putting it. I'm trying to put into words what I understand from what I've read, and I apologise if it's a little bit muddled. He's also saying that the senses, we've been given senses. In the model of the palace, the body, there are 5 doors, which are the 5 senses, which enable us to go in and out and to be able to interact with the world around us. And that the eye, for example, eyes are given. Why do we have these senses? They're so that we can communicate with God. That's what they're for. There's nothing other reason. Although we can invent reasons, of course. So the eye should be looking to look at the beauty of creation. That's what eyes are for. Ears, well, I can't give examples exactly, but you get the understanding that it's the 5 senses. They're all for the glory of God. And what is the glory of God? Us. We are the glory of God if we recognize it and give our love to God, and then we will be doing what we're meant to be doing. And he says that, sorry, I'm quoting again, let's see, some Basil the Great. He says, from the beauty of created things comes the perception of the Creator. In other words, through the beauty of created things, we see the Creator. And he says, if the ephemeral is so beautiful, if the things in this life are so beautiful, what are they going to be like in eternity? What's the sky going to look like in eternity? It's only a second, how do you say it?
Reflection.
Yeah, it's like a reflection. It's not the real thing. In eternity, it is the real thing. Now I'm getting lost myself, okay, now. But it's, a mirror, the purpose of a mirror is to reflect the person looking in it. The mirror is not the real thing. It's not the person. In other words, you hold up a mirror to your face, you see yourself. The mirror is not you. It reflects you. And this is how we should see creation around us. It reflects God. It isn't God, but it reflects God. And so I think what we get from this, or what I feel that we can get from it, is that we should be more positive. We should be more creative. And we should be, in awe of how God has created us. How can we be higher than the universe? How can we be a large world, a macrocosmos inside a microcosmos? Questions? And do you understand what I'm saying, or is this sort of smushed in, confusion? No questions?
Well, when you say the soul contains the body, does that mean the soul has some physical presence outside where our body is? Is that why we can sense things?
I'm not sure, because he compares, like, if you take a piece of iron and put it in the fire consumes the whole iron. It's not at one end or in the middle or somewhere else. It's the whole thing is, and he's talking about the soul right now. Where is the soul in the body?
Everywhere.
Everywhere. Yeah? It isn't in one place.
Correct.
Bachka, I have a question. So, I don't remember where I heard it, or rather heard it probably, that when a child is born, that the soul of a child, before the birth, it experienced the unity with God. And then that's why we have basically this desire or longing for divine, right? But then what you said is that when child is born, its soul is undeveloped.
Yes.
How do I reconcile the two?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I know what you're saying, but I don't know of that. So Nicodemus is saying that, you know, in the womb the child can't reason because it hasn't developed yet, and his only contact with life is pleasure, but unfortunately it's physical pleasure as opposed to spiritual. I mean, I'm sure there are exceptions, but that's what he's saying. Makes sense to me. This is why the child wants to be fed, and it's all a part of child development, but it's to do with pleasure, which is physical. This is why it's important that we bring our children to church, so at least they touch some of the sanctity, holiness, and we don't know what effect it has on them, but it must have a good effect.
The pregnant mother being in church.
Yes, in communion. In pregnancy is very important. Yeah.
Because the closeness. I was thinking about this with Kedavan. Is in a sense the relationship that we always have, the oldest relationship any of us have, is with our mother. I mean, we don't begin without a mother.
No.
I mean, we're with our mother, and the parting of all that and so on. Well, it's at that point also that the mother needs to be, you said, receiving communion, confession, you know, living the life in Christ, so that that child is learning. The way I'll disagree, I think the child, learn may be the wrong word,
yeah.
but there's the experience of living with someone who is living, striving with God. Well, that shapes that child, as it shapes the child to be in a family, and so on after its birth, when it's, and that's, I mean, the old thing is discipline, the education of the conscience, not consciousness, but I mean, the soul. I mean, there is a point where that has, I mean, Adam and Eve were being educated and rebelled, but so their education became harder. Anyway.
So the fathers are saying that it's very important to contemplate nature, go for a walk, look at things. I mean, we're talking about. I talked about the nebulae, you know, up here, but you go take a microscope or even binoculars in the laboratory and look at a seed pod or whatever it is. There's a whole world there that is enormous, even probably larger than the universe. Inside world, at a level that we can't see without aid of some technology. Yes, I'm trying to get you to say something.
I just wanted to say that it's this subject is really, how to say, really close to me.
Yes.
Because basically, kind of my personal realization of God came not through readings or family or people around me who are going to church, but through the beauty of the world, and not only beauty as a sunset, but beauty, for example, on the biological, molecular level.
Yeah.
Kind of the beauty of really our body and our natural laws.
Yes.
And so this beauty of these natural laws is kind of amazing. This is what strikes many people. And at the same time, over there is a connection between spiritual and physical world. Because physical world, as skies or cells or our proteins, so they are kind of, so they are beautiful, they're physical, but they are under, I don't know, maybe God's light. They're living, kind of. I think what brings us from the God, it's not our physical body, but some kind of thoughts, or it's more superficial, you know. So to be close to the God, it's kind of, you should be close deeper to your truth. When you are connected with your
Yes,
truth.
I think we do not know who we are.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't not
Yeah.
who we are, but the potential that we have, that God has given us. If we
Yeah.
saw that, we'd probably be, I don't know, have a nervous breakdown.
Yeah, I don't know. So it's but
yeah.
at the same time, I don't see that conflict between physical and spiritual. I think it's the same.
Well, I just
In a big sense, it's the same. If this physical world is guided or kind of overwhelmed with a God will, you know, only when it's separated, it becomes ugly and contradict. But otherwise, it's the same.
Well, no,
Is it
yeah, no. I don't agree, but I do
Complicated.
agree.
Huh?
I agree with you, and I don't agree with you because I don't know. This really is
I
a
do.
debate. I'm trying to give a talk, but really I don't know. I'm opening up to what you think. This is very important. It's we are amazing creatures, and why do we mess everything up? Create chaos.
But then hard to
Yeah.
believe that we are bigger than angels.
I know. Yeah.
Is it
More
How-
spacious
how-
than the heavens.
how you can prove this?
No, our world.
A world,
Our
but
world.
still a world. But
Yes.
how? It looks like
What's the difference between water, ordinary water, if there's such a thing, and holy water? What do you think the difference, being a biologist?
actually, to tell the truth, in a lab back in Russia. So because it was I was in biophysics,
Yes.
so it was a physicist who wanted to kind of measure or try or see or do something with a biological object. So
Yes.
they're trying to investigate the substructure of water
Yes.
with all different, for example, I don't know what kind of blessed water or not, or for example frozen and unfrozen, and all these different types of water. And it looks like there is difference in substructural level, even on a physical world, on a physical.
Yes, but the
Yeah.
physical isn't the spiritual. It's driven.
It's true.
It's driven by the
It's
spiritual.
true. The spiritual
That's what
is
I'm
guided by
Yes, yes.
when it's
Yeah.
kind of
What do you mean by looks like?
not looks like. I remember I was.
Красивый, ugly,
No, not looks like. They are trying. It's just all these molecules not evenly distributed. They form some clusters,
Yes.
and so
Yeah.
certain clusters appeared when it's
Yes.
either blessed. No, but I don't remember if they specifically they had different types of waters. Different. For example, they radiate water, or they unfreeze water, or something. But in kind of not very kind of close to the science, but not exactly science, but they tested water also blessed and not blessed with the scientific
yes.
method. At
No, I
least
have
they
read
claim
those, but I asked
that
you.
there is a certain
Yeah.
structures, certain substructures appear in the water when it's blessed.
But bacteria also is affected. Remember
Yes.
Polikoff, Dr. Polikoff? You remember Dr. Schiff?
Yes.
Can you tell us
Well, remind me what I'm meant to be remembering.
about the bacteria having feelings?
Oh.
When they were
Petri
threatened.
dish.
Yes, Petri dish, yeah.
Yes, so there's
Yeah.
a petri dish, and the two dishes had the same bacteria, right?
Yes.
And they were back to back in different jars, but in the same environment and
Yeah,
everything.
this is it, yeah.
And what did they do to one another?
Well, they threatened and the others responded immediately, reacted.
Oh, that's right. When they did something bad
Bad to
one,
whatever, I don't know.
to
what it
one
was.
side, like
Maybe
they
added
poisoned
some
it or something.
hydrochloric
ones-
acid or something.
The ones on the other side responded in the same way, although they had no chemical on them. Yeah,
Empathy.
yes.
So, are there bugs in heaven? Yes,
Yes.
I should think so. Definitely. Nice ones, though. Okay. It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Come on, we need to be more positive about life. Fantastic.
Can I have that in writing?
Well, I like it. I'm enjoying the stupid things we do.
This is corrupt.
What about zlodeyi, какие-нибудь?
You-
What about some really bad people? Zlodeyi.
But they also were created in
Uh,
the image of God, right?
Yeah, so they also created, but how?
Well, the fathers say that if you do not develop yourself spiritually and love God, then you become like an animal. The only difference between you and an animal is that you've got two limbs instead of four, comparing it with a dog, say. And that's the only, and you've got reason. But that's it, otherwise you're just the same as an animal. Yes, man is an animal in that level, at that level of behaviour. So when people say, oh, man's really just an animal, yeah, you are.
But
Maybe, but
we
we're
have been,
not.
we have been breathed on by God.
You mean what?
Breathed.
Breathed
Breath,
on.
yes, the breath of life, yes.
Well,
Oh, yeah,
animals-
okay. Well, animals don't have spirit, they have
that's
soul,
right, right,
but they don't have
Right.
spirit, no.
right.
So what happened to these evil people?
Well,
They're
that's in
throwing
God's
away,
hands.
they're throwing away their heritage.
I mean, there is a source of evil, you know. I know that it's considered to be, you know, the evil. It's not the evil by itself, but it's like when you block, like grace of God. It's like shadow, then it's evil. Yeah, but source of evil, but it is evil. There is
Well,
evil.
evil doesn't exist in itself, it can only exist with somebody. In other words, it's spoiled goodness. And one put it this way, if I steal your cell phone off you, for me it's good because I'm getting an extra cell phone, right? But it's a bad act, that's evil. So this is how evil is, it's spoiled goodness. There's only good or spoiled goodness. Evil does not exist on its own.
So how does that, can you make it simple and explain the devil then, in those terms?
Yeah, an angel. He was actually a cherub, one of the highest ranks of angels. Like Lucifer, the morning star. He spoilt that position. Don't ask me how, I don't know. Probably none of us know that. So he fell. You can't fall unless you've been in a certain level, can you? So that's what I mean by spoiled goodness. So we wake up in the morning, we say Slava Bogu. That's the first thing we say. And I look out the window to see if the sun's shining, hopefully, maybe it isn't, doesn't matter, it's, you know.
Well, if it's raining.
It's raining can be nice, you know, if you like rain. Yeah, we have to be positive, got to be positive. Very important, you know.
So Mandushka, you have it on camera.
Yeah.
It's even better.